So today is about connected TV, and effectively, connected TV is about connecting your television to the internet. So it's a technological definition at root, and it's connecting it to the internet either literally, that your television has the capability to interact with the web, or socially, I suppose, so that you use social media and other internet tools whilst you're watching or engaging with television programming. So whilst it's at root a technological development that's happening here, like most interesting, new and important technological changes, it creates new opportunities, new ways of connecting, and crucially, new business models as well. And that, I think, has made this space ripe for discussion and debate. As you can see from this, this is almost like a summary of the challenges that people find. This is not a radio, in spite of the fact that it says radio. For radio, please use the TV. And that kind of Wild West sense of actually things aren't quite as stable as they used to be, I think is symptomatic of where we are in terms of connected TV at the moment. So there's lots of opportunities to be grasped, I think, out there, and lots of opportunities for businesses. We think that areas like connected TV are important because as individuals, as freelancers, as businesses, as people who want to be part of the digital world, it's not possible for the big institutions of learning like universities and colleges really to keep track with the developments. So what we have to do as a community is find ways to inform each other and inform ourselves about developments and discuss and debate them so that as a community we benefit from them. And I think that's a crucial part of Wired Sussex's role, is to help you understand and learn and debate some of the new developments in technology and the impacts they're having on people, on business, on communities. The challenge, I think, with connected TV is that, therefore, discussions can sometimes be a lot of hot air without any kind of real substance. And this Chris Addison tweet, not about this event, I hasten to say, but about Edinburgh Festival, almost sums that up. Whenever you have these kind of events, one executive will say TV's dead and the old broadcasters are running scared. Another will say, no, it's never been healthier. There's more people watching TV. What are you talking about? It's no change. And someone else will talk about the challenge or the problem or the opportunity of multi-platform without really drilling down into the detail. What we've tried to do today is structure the event so that it gives you some really practical takeaways in terms of how you can move forward in your business or your area of commerce or opportunity. That's why we deliberately subtitled it A Practical Guide to Making Money and Reaching New Audiences with Connected TV. So we've tried to frame it in a way that you will learn things which you think, okay, that's useful, I can take that away and I can do it, rather than that's interesting, but you kind of forget about it after a couple of days. So that's the key thing around that. And we've got some really great speakers today. Rob Barnes from the Project Factory, award-winning multi-platform content producers. We've got a whole session this morning on audiences, or as we've called it, the people formerly known as the audience, and with Holly Goodyear, head of audiences from the BBC, Angie, who is MD of latest TV, the local TV station. Is that your title, Angie?
Factotum, I'd say.
Factotum. There you go. We've got the Factotum from local TV. And an interesting double act between Anthony Mayfield and Andy Keach of Brilliant Noise and Brand Watch, respectively. I'm not sure which one's going to be Morecambe, which one's going to be Wise or whatever, but that'll be an interesting thing, and that's about mobilising audiences for good. This afternoon, we've got the European Head of Marketing for YouTube, Richard Wadsworth, who I've known for many years and was responsible for working with Sky over their branding, worked with me in television for a number of years, and is a very, very interesting speaker when it comes to the different ways that you can gain opportunities from YouTube and its fantastic audience reach. Andy Eads is going to talk about design around the connected TV audience, and particularly the work that Relentless Software have done designing games for a connected TV audience. So how do you think about the design of content in a different way? And then finishing, I suppose, with Neil Mortensen from Thinkbox, looking at second screen TV content. So as I think many of us know, most evenings, if you look at what's trending trending on Twitter, 4 or 5 out of the top 10 will be around TV programs that happen to be on that night. So there is obviously a relationship in audiences' minds between the content on the box in the corner and the things that they do in their social media life. The question is that just for content producers something which is valuable as in inverted commas, valuable as a marketing exercise, or are there ways to actually make money out of that engagement and out of that process? But before we drill down into that kind of things, I think one of the key questions that needs to be asked and answered is whether multi-platform content has changed the nature of the way that we think about the form of content and the way it's produced. In particular, I suppose, it's been a truism that for thousands of years, people have been engaged by stories. And stories and narratives have been the things which have hooked people in to very, very different forms of media. And TV has been absolutely crucial to that. So it's not just about stories as a narrative in drama, but that happens in many of the best game shows, entertainment shows, factual documentaries, and the rest. And so we're going to start off with a look at that. And it's my pleasure, my great pleasure, to introduce to you your host for the day, Matt Locke. Matt, former Big Cheese at Channel 4 and founder of Story Things, is going to talk to you about the role of the story and connected stories in a multi-platform age. So I hope you really enjoy the day. We've had some really good fun putting the whole thing together, so I hope you have as much fun listening to the speakers and engaging. There'll be an opportunity after each of the speakers to ask questions or make comments, and there'll be someone running around with a microphone trying desperately to get to you before you start speaking and failing miserably, which is the kind of way these things usually work. But now, thank you very much, welcome, and over to you, Matt.